This is how to get checkbox control donut charts in your Excel file. Once you have your milestones, go into your spreadsheet and add an 80%, 90%, 100%, and a max. Then pause to add these if statements. These are saying if the actual value is either less than, in between, or greater than the values of the 80, 90, 100, then use those values. And as you check the boxes, you can see that the values are moving to where they need to be depending on how many boxes are checked. The formulas are exactly the same thing over here, except the actual value changes to H17 instead of B17. Next, let's get our percentage. Equals count if all the checkboxes here are true, divided by a count A of the total available checkboxes. So select all of the checkboxes again, and now you're going to get your percentage. As you check the boxes, we have 10 checkboxes, each one is 10%. Now let's select all of our data here, including the headers, and go up to Insert a Donut Chart. Click on Title and click on Legend and press Delete, and then go up to Select Data. Remove everything there, click Add, and then on the bottom one only, we're going to select all 4 of those values, leave the top one blank, and hit OK. Now this part can get a little tricky with the colors. You need to make sure you're at 70% of the checkboxes checked and turn that right part of the circle to red, and the left part should be gray or the smaller part. Make sure you hit no line for borders. Then we need to repeat the same thing for each of the colors. Next, we're going to check the 80% box. And for 80% range, we want it to be yellow. So make sure you definitely click on just the yellow area. And I didn't, so I had to undo it because that will mess this up. There we go. So as long as you press the color change and you still have the little gray, you know you're doing well. So for the last one, at 90%, we want to change that to green, no line again, and now everything looks good because each range had the gray portion and the green, yellow, or red. So now as we check these and test it, you can see there's still a border there. So let's click on the gray area and make sure there is no border listed, no line, and now it's gone. Looking good. So now I am going to test this out really well. Looks great. I'm going to move this in place. I'm just going to cover over my existing data that's there, covering the if statements. We don't need to see those again. And now let's go up to View and remove the grid lines so this turns into more of a dashboard. And then illustrations, shapes, and let's add a text box. We can put a text box here right in the middle, go up to the formula bar, type equals, and link over to the actual percentage if you'd like to see this here. And we can center vertically, horizontally, change the font, make it much bigger, bold. And you want to make sure that you leave enough space for the 100% to show properly. So when we go here, we're going to say no outline so it blends in with the white. And as you can see, that 100 didn't show, so we need to resize that to be bigger so the percent sign doesn't get cut off. So then next, we can right click here and we can do some more formatting to make this stand out as like a 3D image. So if you hit Format Chart Area and go to the shape there, you can choose any of these options. Let's go with a bevel, close the window, and repeat the exact same steps for the right side.